Hey guys, what's going on? Megan here. So you guys have voted. You clicked on the link and you decided. I think first place was best bodybuilding muscles of all time. So that's what I'm gonna start with. If you haven't voted, I'm gonna put the link in the description. But pretty much I decided to have either on Tuesday or Thursday just off-topic videos. Just to interact with my subscribers. Favorite different topics, favorite muscles of all time, favorite movies, video games, whatever, right? Just stuff to just cool down, relax, get away from uh, you know, the exercise science stuff. So this is a tier list I put together. I couldn't find one online, so I had to make one myself. And I looked at the top 13 bodybuilding muscles, right? And which ones are my favorite. And that's just my opinion, right? And I put here's the criteria that I'm using, right? At the top, you got fucking boss. Nothing beats it. Second, you got great. Third, you got nice to have. And fourth, you got who the fuck cares. And again, this is 100% just my opinion, guys. None of us are going to be doing shows and shit, right? So, not every muscle fucking has the same importance. So anyway, so I'm going to get straight to it. And at the end of the video, again, I'm gonna put this tier list online for everybody to use, right? So you can just go online and make your own tier list, or you could use this tier list and just let me know, what yours look like. In fact, if you complete yours, just put it in the description. I mean, put it in the comment section so I could see what everybody's thing is. But anyway, let's start. Let's go from left to right. So traps, you guys, if you've been if you've been watching my channel for a long time since day one, you know that's the body part I'm the most obsessed with. I still believe to this day that it's the most alpha looking body part, period. Fucking boss. So I'm gonna put that up here. Fucking boss, right? To me, it's the best bodybuilding muscle ever, right? Because for so many reasons. One, again, you guys know I'm a big Dragon Ball Z nerd, so that's what got me into bodybuilding, right? Just seeing Broly and Super Vegeta and all those thick Dragon Ball Z physiques. And traps was always like neck and traps were always the body parts that I was like, holy shit. When somebody has big traps, you know they work out, you know they lift hard. Every other muscle is relatively easy to get. But traps, no. You could walk in the gym right now, you see somebody with nice arms, a nice chest, nice back, nice legs. But rarely would you walk into a gym and see half of the motherfuckers there with big traps. Unless they're on the juice, of course. So that to me, that's number one, right? Shoulders. Shoulders, again, my man Kevin Levroni. I'm gonna put that at I'm gonna put that at great, man. If you have great shoulders, I mean, like I'd rather just have no arms, no chest, no back, no legs. But if you got great set of shoulders, you just look fucking amazing. And again, that's just my opinion. And of course, Kevin Levroni had some of the best shoulders ever. So I would put shoulders right here. They're also very hard to develop. I like body parts that are hard to develop. That's one thing I noticed too. Some of my favorite body parts are body parts that are hard to develop. Um, and shoulders are definitely hard to develop. So yes, I'm gonna put that here. Chest. To be honest, a lot of my opinion on my favorite body parts changed over the years. When I first started working out again, it was always like like traps, arms, and chest, like everybody else, chest and arms. But over time, I really stopped caring about my chest. Again, I used to be obsessed with it. I used to do nucleus overload. In fact, I trained my chest more than I trained every other body part, even more than my traps. Because unlike my traps that were limited to like my lower back, you guys know I got a bad lower back, so I could rarely, train traps heavy. But my chest, I was able to train it like every fucking day, all the time, just doing push-ups. But once I got it to grow, I really stopped caring. So I'm gonna put chest at nice to have. It's just something that's nice to have, but I don't. I'm not gonna put it in the top two. Triceps. I will put triceps at great. You gotta have some sick triceps, man. In fact, again, I like triceps more than I like chest. Somebody with some nice. And by the way, this Rolly Winkler, which I still think has the best triceps ever. But yeah, triceps, in my opinion, are up there, with shoulders. As far as these are the muscles that are just fucking great. Biceps, to be honest, man, I'm also gonna put biceps in like nice to have. You know, it's just a muscle I just don't care much about. Again, when I first started working out years ago, I was all about chest and arm, chest and arm. Yes, I was doing Nucleus so load on my biceps, my chest, all that. After a while, you're like, man, everybody has biceps. Like it's not a muscle that's hard to develop, you know. So I don't care much about biceps anymore. Abs, to be honest, who the fuck cares? You know, again, abs are so overrated. And I remember, you know, growing up as a fat kid, I was like, oh, I want to have abs, I want to have abs. And once I got abs, you guys can see my old videos where at one point, you know, like my abs were like my best body part, you know, because I would literally, again, I would do nucleus overload on abs. I would keep my abs flex all day long, and I would train them indirectly through sprints and pull-ups and squats and ab workouts. Once I got my abs, to be honest, I didn't give a fuck. I was like, yo, first I had to be super scrawny, right? I had to give up so much size to have my abs. And once I would put a shirt on, it was like, what the fuck? You know, like once you have abs, especially if you have skinny fat genetics like me and you get to a point where you only like 160, 170 pounds and your abs are showing. When you put a shirt on, it's like, what the fuck? You don't even look like you lift, you know? And I hated it. I hated every, you know, every aspect of it. Now, of course, when I took my shirt off and I was at the pool or at the beach, I was like, yeah, yeah, I got nice abs. But come on, guys, like, nobody walks around with their fucking shirts off most of the time. So to me, it was just it wasn't worth the work I had to put into getting it, you know. So yeah, so abs nowadays I don't give a fuck. Like who the fuck cares? You know, it's overrated. Lats, I'm gonna put lats at nice to have, right? It's nice to have some white ass lats. Again, like I said, my opinion changed so much over the years because I used to also love just lats. You know, I mean, everywhere I went, every state I lived in, I always had a pull up bar. I still do. And I used to do pull ups every day, you know, and I got my back wide as shit. And I was like, you know, like when you got a wide lats, you can only see that when you flaring out, right? Again, nobody walks around with their arms fucking to the side saying, hey, look at my lats. Most of the time when you're just standing relaxed, you can't even tell that you got a wide back. So again, it's a muscle that's nice to have, but I'm not fucking crazy about it. Whew! This part right here, I gotta put this at great, right? And this is rhomboids, right? Rhomboids, mid traps, pretty much just back thickness, right? So the mid trap area, rhomboids, lower traps. To me, yeah, this got to be up there with great, right? Having a thick back is just so fucking impressive, you know. I might even put it at fucking boss, but you know, it's you know, traps got to stay up there. I don't know why I just like that power look, man. Again, these are muscles that are hard to develop. You know, it's not easy to have a back, you know, thick back and thick rhomboids. You know, quads again, quads. It's gonna anger some people, man. But you know what? Nice to have. Yeah, I'm gonna put quads as nice to have. These are muscles that are nice to have, but again, they're very close to who the fuck cares, right? It's just an impressive muscle to have. If you have big flaring quads like Big Ramy, it's like okay, nice legs. But again, I'm not too crazy about it. Calves, that's definitely gonna anger some people. Who the fuck cares? Maybe it's because I'm West African and we have some of the worst calf genetics in the world. But to be honest, I was never obsessed with calves, man. Never. Like, I mean, even if you search through my video, I probably only have like one or two videos on calves. I honestly don't give a shit about calves. And also, they're not muscles that are. I mean, again, unless you genetically fuck like West Africans, they're not muscles that are like fucking hard to develop for most other people. For example, like I have friends who never fucking train legs and have big calves. I have fat friends who just got calves from being fat. And I have a lot of Asian friends who just have monstrous calves and they're barely even fucking, you know, play any sports. You know, it's just genetics, right? So I'm not a big fan of muscles that are just easy to have. Like you will never walk in the street and see a guy who just has thick fucking traps and he's like, yeah, I never did anything. I was just born like that. That's so fucking rare. But you can meet a lot of people who never train calves in their lives and have big calves. So fuck calves. Maybe I'm just bitter because I got shitty calf genetics. But honestly, I don't care. Like I don't even train calves. You know, even when I was doing nucleus overload to try to bring up leg and body parts, I skipped calves. I was like, man, I tried doing it for like a week. I was like, man, this shit is boring as fuck. I don't care. So yeah, I'm team no calves, but really, I honestly don't care. If I cared enough, I could definitely bring them up. You could use a lot of weighted stretch protocols and things like that. But again, like I said, I really don't care. Another one is hamstrings. Who the fuck cares? Guys, nobody walks in the gym and is like, holy shit, look at this guy's hamstrings, right? Nobody fucking cares about hamstrings. Now again, if you're a bodybuilder, of course, you got, every muscle is important. To be honest, even when I program HSP workouts for clients, I only put those muscles there just to prevent imbalances and to prevent injury. So I'll put like, all right, do some hamstring workouts, just to prevent injuries, right? Just to stay balanced. But to be honest, I don't give him the same volume as I would give the other muscles. Because guys, unless you're competing for a show, who the fuck cares about hamstrings? All right, forearms. Man, people are gonna hate this video, but again, I said it's my opinion. Who the fuck cares, right? I don't give a shit about forearms. In fact, I like my forearms small. They remind me of how skinny I used to be, and they make my arm look bigger, right? When you have big biceps, big triceps, and okay looking forearms, people could actually see how skinny I used to be. If you look at my forearms, you can see how skinny I used to be. But yeah, thick forearms, in my opinion, they take away from the size of your biceps and triceps. And also, if you have thick forearms, then you better have big calves, else that shit looks stupid as fuck. But again, girls like guys with big forearms. So if you're one of those guys that works out for girls, then you might want to train those. I'm the opposite. Like I train for me. Yes, of course, when I got into bodybuilding as a kid, we all started lifting because of girls. But once you've been doing this shit for a while, you just start to live for yourself. For example, girls hate traps. Most girls hate the idea of just big traps. But I don't give a fuck. Like I train for me. But yeah. So lastly, oh man, again, you guys knew where this was going. Again, you watch my channel for a long time, you know where this is going. Fucking boss. If you have a thing, by the way, this is you guys remember, I mean, unless you like fucking 10 years old, Takeo Spikes, former linebacker, huge fucking neck. I think having thick neck and traps is the most alpha look, period. And I've been saying this since I started the channel in 2011. Like, it will never change. The Broly physique, Broly from Dragon Ball Z, has to have thick neck and thick traps. So I'm putting those two at the top. And coincidentally, they're also the muscles that I'm the weakest at, right? Neck, I remember back in 2012, 2013, I had bought a neck harness, and I was doing like a bunch of, neck workouts at home. I was trying to get a thick neck and thick traps. But it was just such a boring muscle to train, so I didn't want to do the left and the right portions of the movements, and I ended up creating imbalances, which made it so hard for me to fall asleep. Like I had constant pains in my neck when I was trying to fall asleep, and I was like, man, fuck this shit. It's not worth it. Like it's bad enough. I'm an insomniac, and I'm not gonna fuck up my sleep even further. And that's just me being lazy. I didn't want to do the left and the right side. 3 sets, 5 sets. To me, the only fun part of training neck is the flexion. If you're doing flexion, that's fun. But everything else, extension, all that stuff is just fucking boring. But that's it, guys. That's my list. Ranking the best bodybuilding muscles, body parts, in my opinion. At the top you have traps and neck. And I can't wait till I could do traps heavy again, guys. If you watch my videos, you know what happened with me and my lower back. And I was obsessed with rack pulls and deadlifts once I found out that rack pulls was like the best thing for traps and blah, blah, blah. And I snapped my shit up because, I was too impatient. I didn't want to warm up. If you guys know rack pulls, you're really strong at rack pulls. So you can do them your first time and pull a ton of weight. So I didn't want to go through the warm-up process, even though I had a deadlift injury. And I remember I went to the gym and I snapped my shit up. I skipped, because you got to put 1 plate, then 2 plates, then 3 plates, then 4 plates. Then at 5 plates is when you start going into your working sets. And I used to hate that. So I went in one day and I was like, you know what, man, fuck this warm-up shit. I went straight to 5 plates, then 6 and 7, and my back just was like, boom. So since then, I've never been able to do rack pulls again, or bent over rows, or any of that sort. And it's been very, very tough to bring up my traps because of that. Because once your traps are used to rack pulls, it's very hard to make them grow with less weight or higher reps. But I'm not gonna give up. But anyway, so that's it, guys. That's my tier list. Let me know what yours is. You could comment below, or you can go to this website and just create one yourself and then post a snapshot of like the picture or something like that. All right, hope this video was fun. Again, I'm gonna try to make more of these probably on Tuesday and Thursdays. I'm gonna call it like tier list Tuesday, tier list Thursday. But vote below and let me know what you guys want me to do next as far as those tier lists go. There's a lot of topics. Just vote below. All right, guys. Team 3D Alpha. See you in the comment section. Hate me for coaching and HSP training programs. Peace.